This week, NASCAR heads to Darlington Raceway for Throwback Weekend. This track is known for being too tough to tame, where one Darlington stripe can ruin your day. Like and subscribe so you don't miss any future content. We're here at Darlington Raceway, and it is Throwback Weekend. We got a cool design for Ryan Ellis. We're going to be taking a look at that a bit later on. Josh Balicki headed into Darlington. He's excited. We got an autograph session coming up later with him. It's going to be a fun day, but all the team has to do is get through tech, and we're going to be good to go here today at Darlington. So we have Josh Balicki. Josh, this track is known for the Darlington stripe. It's so easy to tear the wall down. What's the secret to keeping the car clean?
Well, I think if the car's clean, you probably didn't try your hardest. So, Darlington stripe is very common. It's all about not hitting it too hard, and instead of a stripe, tearing the whole right side of your car down. So, I won't be surprised to see a lot of Darlington stripes after practice. Maybe some after qualifying. Hopefully not in our cars. Come the race, I can't guarantee they're not going to be in our cars. Darlington stripe's okay, but like I said, if you tear it down too hard, you're gonna hurt the right side of your car, maybe the suspension. So yeah, this place is unique. Just the right side of your car needs to be super close to the wall, in the center of 1 and 2, but also 3 and 4 as the tires wear. The right side of your car is just inches. So that's why the Darlington stripe is a thing, because you're running as close as you can to the wall. This track is unique because turns 1 and 2 are the angle is much wider, bigger than 3 and 4. So how you drive 1 and 2 is pretty unique too. You enter kind of normal, you're at the bottom of the track, then you throttle up, you come all the way back up top track, you're really close to the wall in the center of 1 and 2, lift off throttle just a little bit, and then you come back down the track. So how you drive 1 and 2 is a lot different than most other tracks, and then 3 and 4 is a little bit tighter, a little bit slower, and there's options. You can run the bottom, the middle, the top. Normally on sticker tires, you'll run the middle or the bottom, but then you'll migrate up top later in the run.
So Darlington is probably one of the most grueling races of the year. How do you mentally and physically prepare for this weekend?
Well, this is our first really warm race of the year, so physically just drink a lot of water, hydrate, make sure your body's fueled up. We have a one-day show tomorrow, so practice qualifying race all in the same day. So it's going to be important for me after qualifying to make sure I'm eating, making sure I'm staying up to specs on my hydration. And then mentally, there's really nothing you can do to prepare other than just repetitions. I mean, this is our 7th race of the year and 8th race of the year, I think. So luckily we've all raced. This isn't our first race of the year, so yeah. I mean, some of the rookies probably have a tougher time just because this track's so tough. But I feel like experience really comes into play, and that's mentally, experience definitely helps.
Let's hear it from YouTube today. We're interviewing YouTube here at Darlington Raceway. We want to hear his experience the last 3 weeks of NASCAR.
It's been an interesting 3 weeks with NASCAR, but we're back, and that's all that matters. Darlington, baby, let's get it. The team is pushing the car through tech as we speak. Now, when you come to Darlington Raceway, you think Legacy, you think the Earnhardts, you think the Pettys, you think Kelly Yarborough, you think every family in motorsports. So, to honor the history, we're going to head to the iconic Darlington Raceway Museum and take a look at what's inside and see the history of Darlington Raceway. So as we're taking a look inside the Darlington Raceway Museum, as you can see, there's old classic race cars throughout NASCAR history, dating all the way back to the late 40s to current day. Behind me is Kel Yarbrough's 1988 number 29 Hardee's machine. Now, Kel was dominant at this racetrack. This was one of his best tracks, and his home track at that. He was a hometown hero at this track, and he means a lot to all the natives of Darlington. Also, there's the man in black, Dale Earnhardt, car number 3. So every year, the NMPA inducts new drivers into their Hall of Fame. Behind me, you can see all the inductees, and there's buttons to hit where you can go and learn about your favorite driver. Here's Tim Richmond, who was inducted in 2004. Watch this.
Tim Richmond is remembered
Isn't
as
that cool?
one of racing's most colorful figures and was regarded by many who saw him compete.
Take a look at this. It's Kel Yarbrough's old fire suit and helmet from back in the day. I believe he was one of the first inductees here in the Darlington Hall of Fame. So it's super cool to see all the history here at this racetrack. You know I had to get a little souvenir coming out of the Darlington Museum. We got the racetrack behind me. Take a look at this. It has a 1950s race car on it. Darlington Too Tough to Tame logo going in the magnet collection. Well, what we got left for today is we got to get the cars through tech. We're going to go back and check on them guys. And then we got an autograph session coming up immediately afterwards with Josh Balicki. So stay tuned. Still got some fun entertainment for the day here at Darlington. Day number 1, baby. Let's get it. Brian, tell me about the throwback paint scheme for this weekend. Where are you throwing back to? Tell me what it means to you and your family.
It feels conceited to say, but throwing back just to like one of the first cars and like most meaningful schemes that I ever got to race growing up. Pretty much ran on like every helmet, every quarter midget, every license car that we also designed schemes on. So really cool, and it's a cool idea from Southern Elevator and the team. And it feels conceited to say. I'm throwing it back to myself though, but it's really cool.
It's messy, but it's full.
One cool thing about Darlington this week is the throwback Goodyear tires. Man, they look good and they look classic. Darlington is hot this weekend. I had to get me a slushie from Sonic. Fortunately, with DriveSmart.Auto, I was able to save a little bit of money at Sonic, which is always nice. If you haven't checked out DriveSmart.Auto, it's only $825 a month, and you can save way more money than what you're going to spend. It's great for traveling. You can also save on more than just restaurants and fast food. You also save on travel and entertainment, and you get 24/7 roadside assistance. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out down below. It's been helping me, obviously, on these hot days on the road.
Man, hello, how are you? How you doing? Good, Josh. James,
Man, they all good for you, man.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you guys coming out. How are you guys doing?
Yep.
We started?
Yeah, they're ready.
We got some autograph cards. We got some stickers. How are you doing?
How are you?
Good.
I got a question.
What's your question, buddy?
Are you the one that with Chris Wright? Is that you?
Yes. We're well beyond that, but yes, that was me.
Chris Wright sucks. What happened?
He made a mistake a couple times. Unfortunately, his mistake cost us some finishing results, some points too. So.
Were you mad?
What was that?
Were you mad?
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll get credit. I was mad.
Did you have a couple words with him?
I tried, and then
He ran away like
He
a
was-
little boy?
That's exactly what he did. Yeah, well, after the second,
Good luck this weekend.
thank you. After the third time it happened,
Thank you, boss.
I went to see him after the race. We were in Texas, and he got out of the car and walked away really quickly.
I couldn't even see it. Photo? Yeah, of course.
He was gonna get some of this blankie.
I don't know about that. I just want to have a talk with him and say, dude, three races in a row. The first 3 races.
I don't think he's a go to the racetrack.
Well, you can sit down. What? You want me to sit down? What would you prefer? Is that better? Thank you.
Welcome to day number 2, Throwback Weekend, Darlington Raceway. It's so cold out here. It's such a throwback vibe. Everyone has these old crew shirts on. It's amazing. Darlington is one of my favorite tracks for that very reason. It's such a event every time you come here, and as you can see behind me, cars are getting ready to hit the track for practice, so let's gear up for it. Jamie, tell me about the crew shirts and what is going on here. What year is this from and what team?
Well, this is Cole. He's wearing my shirt from 1991, and we didn't have a whole lot of money to race, so they had to take a small shirt and add some material for a big guy, and that's 1991 Chad Little's team. This is my nephew Corey, and he's wearing my shirt from 1992 Cale Yarborough Motorsports days. We had multiple drivers back in that time period. We started out with Chad Little, and then we went to Bobby Hillen and Jimmy Hensley, and Jimmy actually won the Rookie of the Year that year driving the Trop Arctic Ford. That was back from the Winston Cup days when the shirts were hot and thick, and we had pants that matched, and we were all pretty. Walked around with a little rag hanging out of our pocket and little gloves. So legend. Well, that was good times.
The engines are fired and this track is about to be active because practice is officially beginning. We're going to find out what the 91 car has of Josh Bilicki, what Ryan Ellis has in the 71, and what we got to do to win today's race at Darlington.
Grab the steering column.
Let's update the cars who've been out. Josh Bilicki just jumped up to second, a 30.72 for the driver from Wisconsin. Ryan Ellis made the move in the offseason to a new team. He was driving for Alpha Prime last year, Mario Gosselin this year. And he went to the 71 because this was his childhood number, raced Legends cars, and that's what he's throwing back to, his Legends car from when he was a kid. He also played hockey where he wore jersey number 71 and 9th right now for Ryan Ellis. Not bad in qualifying. Here's his throwback scheme and what it relates to.
So 2001, I didn't think it was going to be from that far back, but cool to see him. The Legend cars still look just like that. My kid is into those. Do a little bit of Legend car racing, but that's pretty cool. Throwing it back to yourself. Why not?
So I'm here with Bradley Skull, big influencer on TikTok and Instagram. Tell me, how's your experience been here at Darlington, and what are you doing here at the racetrack?
Oh my gosh, this has been amazing. Being this close up to the cars is so unbelievable, unlike anything I've ever seen. I'm here with Goodyear, and I'm ready to make some exciting content.
So this is the DGM race hauler. We got all the team's bags in there, and here we have all the radios and fun stuff like that for all the scanners, a lot of cool stuff in there. The team is basically prepped up for the race right now, and we are about to get going here momentarily. Now here is the team's favorite drawer. This is where all the snacks are at.
Oh.
Feel free to grab whatever you want in there. That is the snack drawer.
Nice to meet you.
Riley.
So she's been, this is her first experience at Darlington. Is there anything you should let her know?
Man, I don't know where to start. It's a weird track. We like run right on the wall. That's where a lot of the speed is, but it's a cool place, and the scheme's really cool. It's Throwback, but it's hot. That's about it, yeah.
It is hot.
First NASCAR race?
First NASCAR race.
Here's our second driver. That's Josh Bilicki.
Hi, nice to meet you.
meet you too.
So she's a TikTok influencer that Jesse brought here. But yeah, I was just telling her about the NASCAR experience and everything here because this is her first race. And asked Ryan, like, what should she know about going to a NASCAR race the first time?
Have you been to a race before? No. Never?
Never.
IndyCar and F1.
IndyCar and F1.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, I grew up thinking I'm going to go to Formula 1, and then when reality hit when I was like 10, then I thought I was going to be an IndyCar driver. My background is road course racing, so like me going to my first NASCAR race ever was when I was a driver. So I've never been to a NASCAR race other than Road America, which doesn't count.
Well, that's still really cool.
So
that you get to say that.
I think what you're going to be surprised about is how close you can get to the action all day.
That's what I was
like
just
being
saying.
on pit road, being on, I'm sure you'll be on our pit box, but like being on the pit box, like right behind the mechanics and the crew chief, like that's pretty cool. And then being literally you're 5-6 feet away from pit stops. So yeah, it's a cool experience. Like we've turned non-fans into fans just by going to the race.
Ryan, does this feel any different than 20 years ago?
I'm more out of shape. I don't know if I've changed shape in general because this suit's pretty tight. I feel like we got some more power in the hood and a few more fans in the stands, but about the same.
Burton, who's going to come off of turn 4, see the green and white checkered flag, he wins stage 1 at Darlington. Stage 2. Justin Allgaier had the fastest car, stage 1, but it was some strategy that took away the win as Harrison Burton got tires, drove through, and won that first stint of the race. But there's a no-doubter who's best in this second stage. In fact, overall on the day, fast race car, driver 7, reigning champ, last year's winner, Justin Allgaier gets it in our second stage. Top 5 since Charlotte last year, was able to deliver that in Phoenix. A couple of top 10s, been the model of consistency in the last month. Back to Joe Gibbs Racing And back to victory lane for Brandon Jones. He gets his second career victory at Darlington.
And just like that, Ryan Ellis officially brought the car home in 22nd and Josh Bilicki in 24th. Next week, NASCAR heads to Bristol, the last great Coliseum, where the action is promised. Like and subscribe for more.